Happy Thursday, tribe. On to the next for our 1 rep max testing. During this time, it's really important that you get a good warm up in, all right? So go through it once. If you feel like a little more stretching is necessary, go through it twice, but grab a PVC, right? We're going front to back here. Then we're going to take it into a good morning, but sumo good morning. You see I take my legs out there nice and wide. A lot of you don't realize how wide you should make your stance when going into that sumo, right? A lot of times we're telling you open up wider, open up wider. So make sure you open up nice and wide here, hinge at the hips, and then after a few of those, take it into some torso rotations. All right, and then we're going to take it onto the ground after that, and we're going to do a B stance. So that's kind of like that 1 1/4, 1.5 stance, but we're going to be in the glute bridge position. So feet should be open a little bit wider than hip width, right? 1 foot. The knee is going to be about 90-degree angle. When the hips are in the air and the other foot, you're going to step out a little bit further. We're going to do 10 on each side, and then we're going to do some frog pumps. So think glute bridge, but the soles of your feet are going to be pressed together, all right? So move through these nice and slow, right? Squeezing the glutes, getting the hips ready for some sumo deadlift action. So you're either doing your 1 rep testing today, right? So let your coach know, and they can walk you through that, or we're going to take it to a 10x3, load it up to about what, maybe 60-65%, medium heavy load. You're going to do 10 sumo deadlifts, like I said, feet out nice and wide here, toes pointed out, flat back, right? Keep that chest up nice and proud. And then we're going to come and get underneath the barbell. So you see, I like to have mine set up with the bench against the rig and the barbell out, so that way I don't have to keep moving it. I can use the same weight for both, but if you want to adjust the weights, right, set up 2 separate barbells. But setup is really important for these hip thrusts. That bench should be right below your shoulder blades. Feet should be about hip width or a little bit wider apart. And when you're up in the bridged position, your knees should be at about a 90-degree angle. So you're just tucking those hips, right? Keeping your gaze forward. For a beginner, we're going to take it to the floor with a dumbbell for some hip thrusts here. All right. So your coach will let you know, or you'll probably know which variation you're going to take in 10x3. And then we're going to go into a 12x3 or 4, however many rounds feel good to you today. But this is a ballistic row. We're going to be hinged, grabbing a medium to heavy kettlebell, and you're going to bring the bell up to your chest. You can also use a dumbbell here, and you're going to release at your chest and catch with your other hand. So this is 12 per side. Keep those elbows in, right, tucked into your sides, nice and tight, flat back here. Good hinge, guys. We should be lower to the ground than higher up in the air. And then we're going to take it into a B stance suitcase deadlift. So 2 heavy kettlebells on the outsides of the feet. And we're stepping that 1 foot back into that quarter stance. So the majority of your weight is going through that front foot, right? The stable foot. The other one's just up on the toe to keep the balance, but all the work should be go through the planted leg. So you're going to do 12 per side on this one. All right, for our third movement. So first the ballistic rows, then the suitcase deadlift, right? Good hinge again. And then after we do those, we're going to take a heavy band, right? We're going to place it right above our knees. We're going to keep our bench because we're going to sit on the bench. And then we're going to open up the legs to wider than hip width, right? And we're going to push with the knees out for some abduction work. So you're going to do 12 of those. 3 rounds, maybe 4. And then to finish it up, grab some kettlebells or dumbbells, right? Hold them overhead, and you are going to march 10 per side, right? By the time you get to that 10th rep, the arm should be shaking a little bit. We're really working on the core here. And then let's grab a heavy kettlebell. Remember that hinge, that hike off the ground, safety with the kettlebell right into the swing. All right, you guys, and the release is just as important, where we let it come out in front of us.